have become a virtual tree graveyard following the flood.
But the recent snowfalls and snow cover have actually added some protection to the trees in Omaha. Here in Omaha, we're lucky to have a good economic outlook, and prospects do look good in the near future as well. But as evidenced by UNO's latest job
We'll
fair,
notice a difference, even if they're casual drinkers, I think.
Overall, 2012's drought has been detrimental to the agriculture industry. But as this year's grape harvest shows, there's always a silver lining. For the Omaha News, I'm Kevin Klever.
During Nebraska's Republican Senate primaries, the race appeared to be solely between Attorney General John Bruning and State Treasurer Don Stenberg. But on election night, State Senator Deb Fischer came from third place to win the Republican Senate nomination. Fischer has served in the state legislature for the past 7 years. Her policies are aligned with the majority of Republicans currently serving in the Senate, including opposition to Obamacare, advocating rights for gun owners, and supporting a legalization of abortion. Fischer went from being a relatively unknown state senator to leading one of Nebraska's most popular politicians in the polls. In the months leading up to the election, Fischer led her opponent, former Nebraska Senator and Governor Bob Kerrey, by a wide margin. She campaigned as an alternative to a career politician.
It's career politicians that have gotten us into this mess that we're in, and I'm not a career politician. This is my first statewide race. People are responding to that, and they're very excited about that.
But according to polls by the Omaha World Herald, Fischer's double-digit lead decreased significantly as Election Day approached. Fischer's dwindling lead is partially credited to a series of attack ads from the Kerrey campaign. Most notably, a controversial ad in which Kerrey outlines a land dispute between Fischer and her neighbors.
First, Deb Fischer sued her elderly neighbors to take their land. The court stopped her.
The Fischer campaign has denied these claims.
Our family needed to clarify a boundary line with a neighbor, and we sought legal clarification. We then followed the legal ruling.
For the Omaha News, I'm Kevin Klever.
Change Washington and put solving the challenges we face before politics. That's the kind of Nebraska senator I'll be. I'm Deb Fischer, and I approve this message.
Yesterday, Republican Deb Fischer, a rancher and Nebraska state legislator, was elected to represent Nebraska in the U.S. Senate. Fischer defeated Democrat Bob Kerrey for the Senate seat. Although Fischer led Kerrey throughout the campaign process, Kerrey remained hopeful that he could make a comeback as the election approached. But last night, Kerrey barely edged out Fischer in Douglas County, where he was thought to be the clear favorite. Deb Fischer spent her morning campaigning in Omaha.
I voted the right direction.
Well, I hope that's for me.
I did.
Well, you know, we've been in Omaha a lot. We've been in the metro area a lot. I've been working hard, so I am hopeful that people are going to get out and vote for me here.
At Deb Fischer's campaign event in Lincoln, there was much excitement as results came in showing a likely Deb Fischer victory. When all the numbers were in, results showed Deb Fischer commanding 58% of the vote to Bob Kerrey's 42%. When it was clear which way voters of Nebraska had decided, Bob Kerrey called Deb Fischer to congratulate her on her victory. During his concession speech, he offered Fischer luck.
A few minutes ago, I called and spoke with Senator Fischer to congratulate her on her victory, and I extended to her my hope and my sincere hope that her service to Nebraskans in the Senate will add as much to her life as it did to mine.
Fischer left her supporters with a message on how she plans to represent Nebraska while in Washington.
We expect our elected officials to be one of us. I stand with you here tonight, and I will stand for you and fight for you in Washington.
Fischer will take office January 3rd. With photographer Eric Anderson, I'm Kevin Klever for the Omaha News.
The prosperity and the security of our nation must be based on a return to first principles.
From the studios of UNO Television.
Police have confirmed that an officer has been involved in a West Omaha shooting near 120th and Dodge.
When officers arrived, it was actually transmitted that there was an armed party with a knife that was threatening suicide, last seen walking southbound. When officers arrived, they saw him at 122nd and Burt, and at some point the officer discharged his firearm.
The individual is reportedly a 28-year-old white male. He was taken from the scene to Creighton University Medical Center in critical condition.
For the Omaha News, I'm Robbie Pinkelman.
If an accident occurs or you're left stranded in a snowstorm, the first number you should dial is 911.
Coming up on the other side, reportedly 1 in 2 new graduates are either jobless or underemployed in positions that don't fully use their skills and knowledge.
Jan Moore is in the newsroom to tell us more and give us tips on how to prevent this from happening for future college graduates. You're watching the Omaha News. The UNO men's basketball team is struggling in their first full season, playing Division I, with a record of 2-5. The women's basketball team, on the other hand, is having a bit more success, as Samantha Netchkosh shows us.
The UNO women's basketball team is in. For the Omaha News, I'm Samantha Netchkosh.
Another UNO athletic team is also having a pretty good season. The Maverick hockey team is ranked on the website uscho.com for the third straight week at 13th. UNO swept Alabama Huntsville this past weekend, including an 8-0 thrashing on Saturday at the CenturyLink Center. Boston College is number 1, followed by New Hampshire, Minnesota, Miami of Ohio, and Denver in the top 5. The Mavericks take their 8-3-1 record on the road to Minneapolis on Friday and Saturday against the third-ranked Golden Gophers of Minnesota.